has not been easy, and I know that it won't be easy. Because fascism is on the rise, Trump is in office.
It's socialism in the motherfucking house!
And it's got some in the media saying game over for establishment Democrats.
The revolution is being televised. That's what I make of it. The Mamdani phenomenon is not a one-guy thing, and the roof is collapsing on the Democratic Party establishment tonight.
It's going to allow everybody to go, oh, they're going to look at New York State and go, oh, the Democratic Party is so far left. If you want to blame anybody for what happened last night, my opinion, if you want to blame anybody, Jonathan, I think you have to blame Benjamin Netanyahu.
A lot of people, and you know this too, you live in LA, the number one thing they're saying is, why can't we have a Mamdani?
That's what they're saying.
And it's about energy.
This is hopefully going to sweep the entire country.
Shannon, we have another decision, and it's a big one. It has to do with birthright citizenship. It was an executive order that President Trump, on day one of his second term in January 2025, signed the executive order. It was immediately challenged, and now we can tell you that the U.S. Supreme Court has ruled against President Trump's order to limit birthright citizenship. Shannon, we have talked for some time about the president feeling that he would not win on this one. The question is, why not?
Okay, right off the bat, it says children born in the United States to parents unlawfully or temporarily present are, quote, subject to the jurisdiction of the United States and are citizens at birth under the 14th Amendment's Citizenship Clause. Let's look how this broke down. As we expected, the Chief Justice wrote this opinion. Justices Sotomayor, Kagan, Barrett, and Jackson joined. Jackson has a concurring opinion in which Sotomayor joins. Justice Kavanaugh files an opinion concurring in the judgment and dissenting in part. The dissent comes from Justice Thomas. He is joined by Gorsuch, Alito, and then Justice Gorsuch apparently has his own dissenting opinion. So it is what we expected after the arguments here, and it looks like a bit of a split, but enough of a plurality coming together to say that the executive order that the president issued very quickly upon taking office is no good, and that if people are here, subject to the jurisdiction thereof includes people who are here illegally.
What I always say about network marketing. Network marketing, quite literally, is the highest paid profession in the world, bar none. Because it's low cost of entry, it's your own business, and you can make millions of dollars even in a month, okay? Now on the flip side, that's if we have the right skills. Flip side, if we don't learn the right skills, it can also be the hardest, lowest paying profession in the world. So what is that delta between highest paid profession in the world and lowest paid? It's your what? It's your sales ability, it's your skill level.
And I turn up to another level. We gon' give him all the praise, cause it ain't nobody better. We gon' turn up to another level. And we gon' give him all the praise, cause it ain't nobody better. Can't help myself. I can't help myself. When I get to praising up in this place, I lose my breath. I can't help myself.
Why they party? I'm in here grinding. Money I'm stacking. Why they rock diamonds? I can't relate to them, ain't my chick calling. I set a goal for me 2 or 3 commas. 7 figures, 8 figures to 9 figures. On a slow pace to get rich quick. Same time we just think different. Cause when you make it, it hit different.
What it do, y'all? It's your partner Dale back in the saddle game for another edition of the Counter Move podcast here on Thursday evening, guys. I'm going to jump right into it because I have a little bit of a late start, guys. If you could do me a favor, like, share, and subscribe, guys. And if there's a little bit of a bell on the platform that you're watching your partner on, click on that thing, man. So when I come live, you can come kick it with me, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it in. Guys, let's jump to this topic really quickly, guys. We got to get in, guys. We have a lot to cover today. It's been a very eventful week, specifically because of this is America's birthday coming up is, I think it's Saturday. 4th of July, 250 years. Great celebration, man. Go out and celebrate with family and friends if you could, guys. But let's dive into our topic really quickly here. Here is what we're talking about today, guys. This is going to be a barn burner. Number one, the rise of socialism. There's a socialism surge going on right now, guys. We got to pay attention to, guys. All right. And it's coming really from one side of the aisle, right? So I have a message for the Democrat Party today. My personal message, right? Number two, birthright citizenship. There was a ruling on yesterday, I believe, and they ruled against the executive order that President Trump actually implemented. We're gonna talk about that, and I'm gonna bring in the two opposing views, and also we're gonna focus on a section that most attorneys are talking about, but they're actually talking about the wrong section, guys. Not based on Liddell's opinion, based on a constitutional attorney's opinion, and it kind of shines a little bit light on President Trump a little bit. Number three, guys, we're gonna go through our Protect the Bag series, guys. We're gonna talk about a business model called network marketing. Is it a scam? Is it a pyramid scheme? Is it a good business model? We're gonna talk about all that today, guys. And of course, I'm gonna give you all of my thoughts today, guys, on this. So let's dive into the topic. First topic real fast, guys. Number one, guys. Let's see here. Nope. Let's go. I don't got these in order. Good God. Okay. No. Let's go with the socialism surge, guys. Well, how you doing, Lonzo? I see you on TikTok, brother. Hey, man, socialism. It is here. Okay? It is here. Socialism is here, guys. Okay? And there's a surge going on right now. Get rid of that real fast. Right now. And while the political movement continues gaining momentum, and it's gaining momentum on one side of the aisle, that's the Democrat Party. All right. Now, this is not going to be a bash the Democrat Party type of section here. I'm gonna I'm coming from a little different perspective. But before I chime in, guys, let's go ahead and see what's going down real fast and see what type of noise, right, this section is actually causing, guys. And it's working. It is working. Okay. This is, let me get rid of these real fast. Oh, one second, guys. Boom. It is work. Where did I go? Hold on, guys. My bad, y'all. There I am. It is working, guys. It is. I gotta say it is, guys. It's working extremely well. You know what? I'm gonna try something real fast. Hold on. Here we go. I'm gonna try something real fast. Here we go, guys. Here is a little bit of what's going down. Let me bring me in, bro. There we go. Here is, one sec, guys. Let me get it right. Let me get it my bad. There we go. Here is what's happening. Here we go, guys.
A Fox News alert. And did you feel that? A socialist earthquake overnight as three Zohran Mamdani-backed challengers win their Democrat primaries and drag their party even further to the left. And while Mamdani becomes the party's new kingmaker, some Democrats are preparing to fight back.
Plus, President Trump making his economic pitch in Pennsylvania as gas prices fall. But the president has a new target that he says is making it hard.
Overranked about the back to the.
Hold on,
Right,
y'all.
Carly and Todd. New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani says the results of Tuesday's primaries were the beginning of a political movement. One of the far-left candidates he backed beat a 5-term incumbent in New York's 13th congressional district. Congressman Adriano Espaillat, the chair of the Hispanic Congressional Caucus, lost his seat to Democratic Socialist Darjalisa Avila Chevalier. In New York's 10th congressional district, Mamdani-backed progressive leader Brad Lander ousted Congressman Dan Goldman, who was the lead prosecutor in Trump's first impeachment trial. And in New York's 7th congressional district, another Democratic Socialist member, Claire Valdez, won the Democratic nomination. Chevalier and Lander have said they want to abolish ICE. They've also been critical of Israel. Valdez, meanwhile, wants a state takeover of utilities and housing and unions for all, and said Free Palestine was on the ballot.
Solidarity is the force that we need to vanquish Trump's fascism, to abolish ICE, and to stand up to the billionaires.
Abolish ICE. Free Palestine.
Outside of the Big Apple, South Carolina's State Attorney General Alan Wilson will become the Republican nominee for governor. President Trump initially endorsed Wilson's opponent.
So again, guys, that is what's going on there. Real quickly, as you guys can see, the socialist movement of the Democrat Party is live and in effect. It ain't going nowhere, guys, at all. At all. It is here. It is here. Okay, now let's keep going. We're not done, guys. Let's bring on really the man of the hour, Zohran Mamdani. He went on ABC after this win, and he began talking about the effectiveness of this movement that he's talking about. Let's bring him on real fast. Let's see what he has to say, and pay close attention to what he says about socialist candidates. Here we go.
Democratic socialists can get elected anywhere across this country for any position. What I think we need to bring is a focus on working people.
And that's the direction that the party should go in terms of selecting a candidate for 2028.
I think the direction that the party should go in is how best to fight for working people.
All right, you just heard it there. New York City.
So again, you heard the New York City mayor right there, Zohran Mamdani. And I want you guys to pay attention closely what he actually said. All right? Let's go back real fast. I'm gonna go back, and I want you guys to hear what it says again, because I'm gonna hone in on that part. Here we go. Let's get into it.
I think a Democratic socialist can get elected anywhere across this country for any position. What I think we need to bring is a focus on working people.
And that's the direction that the party should go in terms of selecting a candidate for 2028.
I think the direction that the party should go in is how best to fight for working people.
All right, you just heard it.
Right there. So the part I want you guys to focus on is him saying that he wants to work for working people. That's the pitch. Working people. That's the pitch. And I want you to hone in on that for a reason. I'm gonna get it to you in a second, okay? Give me 1 second. Now let's keep it going, guys. Now let's focus on the Democrat side of the aisle. Okay, this is not a bash a Democrat type of podcast at all. This is the reality of what's going on. Okay, let's dive into this real quickly. I know some folks that I don't like socialism. Okay, I got you, but we got to talk about what's going on. If this was going on the Republican side, we're doing the exact same thing. So let's dive into this one. This is what's going on the Democrat side here. Let's get into it.
Who's got the power? What kind of power? When we fight, we win. When we fight, we win.
Some commie chants echoing through New York's ever-expanding commie corridor. The three Democratic socialists who swept the Big Apple holding a rally earlier as the Democratic Party rolls out a big red welcome mat.
Whatever labels you want to attach to it, whatever she said, I believe that we've got to understand that Big Tent means Big Tent.
I'm not afraid of new members or new ideas in the party. I welcome it.
That friction, although it might make for good, press, it's part of being in a coalition.
The reality is we have an unsettled electoral environment, which is going to be the case when Donald Trump is president.
Okay, that was Hakeem preemptively blaming President Trump if the socialist surge takes Colorado next. Radical candidate Melat Kiros looks to ride the commie wave into Congress by unseating a longtime Democratic incumbent, which may be difficult given she thinks Israel deserved October 7th and America deserved 9/11.
You've said that the October 7th massacre of Israeli civilians by Hamas fighters was the, quote, inevitable consequence of apartheid.
Certain conditions lead people to feeling like violence is their only answer.
Was 9/11 an inevitable consequence for America based on U.S. foreign policy?
Inevitable in the sense that we destabilized a lot of the Middle East, that forced people to believe that another act of violence was the only response.
So, as you can see, you can kind of see what's going on here. And it's just coming from the Democrat Party side. I have not heard a Republican talk like that or independent talk like that. I have not. But it's just coming from that side. Now, I played the Fox one because, as you know, it's the 5, and there's some commentary that I want you to pay attention to. It's going to be Dana Perino, which is she's pretty balanced, and also Harold. Harold is brings it back real fast. Harold is a Democrat. I actually like Harold a lot. I like him a lot. I don't agree with everything he says at all, but he's a reasonable, moderate Democrat, right? But let's hear what they have to say about what's going on the Democrat side. And then what I'll do is I'll give you my commentary, what's going on. We got a couple more videos to look at real quickly, but I'm gonna get to my thoughts in a second. But I'm unpacking this the onion of what's going on. We have to address this in the room because socialism is here and it's coming strong on the Democrat side. Now, I have a message for the Democrat Party here in a little bit. Here we go.
How you doing over there, Harold? Good?
My nose is running.
Okay, I'm going to get you next. Dana, so this woman she doesn't really have a job.
Nope. Well, I mean, that's another. Start looking at the jobs or the schooling that a lot of the DSA candidates have had. Again, they sound exactly alike. They use the same cadence. They have the same language. They have studied. They work together. They are super organized that way. What Hakeem is doing, and the rest of the Democrats that are doing is they're not making the tent bigger. They're making it more narrow. And the way that that's happening is that the Democrat socialists are using the Democratic Party in order to figure out a way. Okay, so let's figure out a way. We can take these voters and we can muscle in. And then, like, for example, Graham Plattner today, this guy, he is trashing Chuck Schumer up one side and down the other. And then today he says, but I need help because I don't have enough money and you have to help me. And so then Hakeem and Chuck Schumer are going to be in this position. Do they support them? Are they going to cave and probably do that? And look at the incumbents that they're throwing out of office. Goldman from last week and Espelot, and the guy we talked about yesterday, well, he's not thrown out, but getting attacked in California. It's not like they are moderate Democrats. No. They are hardcore progressives. Correct. But what's the one issue that they're not solid on that these socialists care about the most? And it's Israel and Jewish people. Yes, and they are anti-Semitic. And that is the strain that is driving it. And if Hakeem and Chuck don't believe that accepting these people into the big tent doesn't mean exactly what they're trying to do, they're going to have a rough road of it, regardless if Trump's here or not.
You know,
I agree with Dana Perino. She's great commentary as normal. She focused on the Democrat socialist side that's talking about, kind of anti-Israel, pro-Palestine. But there's another section they're focusing on, and that's affordability. And I'm gonna dive into it because you remember what Zoran Mamdani actually said. We need to focus on what, and I'm paraphrasing, affordability for the average American. That is the vehicle that they're using to court the vote. Now we're going to unpack how that doesn't make sense with their ideology, right? Because from a socialist standpoint, math is not their friends. Math at all. I call them respectfully mathematical morons because they defy math. In their world, 1 + 1 = 7. In the real world, 1 + 1 = 2. Do you see the dichotomy here? That's what's going on here, right? But again, I want you guys to get to Harold. Harold is a moderate Democrat, and I want you guys to hear what he says, okay? Because you see right now what's happening is, as Dana talked about, you had Graham Plattner. Graham Plattner is the Democrat U.S. Senate candidate on the Democrat side, I think in Maine, I believe, going against Susan Collins on the Republican side. And he's a outright socialist, disdain for America. And what's happening here is he's bashing Chuck Schumer, as Dana was talking about. But now he's saying, hey, I need money. And Chuck really holds the power to the purse. He does. And you have some of the chants going out talking about Hakeem Jeffries. as well as Chuck Schumer, who's in the Senate, the minority leader, right? So talking about you're next, meaning that, hey, we're coming after your seat next. So we're going to see how this unfold. But here's Harold. Let's get into it.
20, even 10 years ago, Greg, if you had a member of Congress who's running on America kind of deserved 9/11, I mean, she wouldn't get anywhere near Congress.
She seemed like she was doing you a favor by answering it. 9/11. I seem to remember that. But I mean, the big tent accepting these people, it's like a tree saying termites welcome. In order to have a tent, you got to have boundaries. The tent itself is a boundary. If everyone is welcome, including the people who wish to destroy you, then what is the point of a tent? It is organizations and groups, families, they're not just defined by who you are, but who you aren't. Mm-hmm. We do have certain rules to keep people in and out of things, and sometimes that goes crazy, but we do have, somewhere along the line, boundaries were made a sign of bigotry. But there's a reason for intolerance. You do not tolerate bare feet in a restaurant. You do not tolerate grown men in the Girl Scouts. You do not tolerate the obese in the military. I can't be a Harlem Globetrotter, and I can dunk. So does the party have a right to welcome anyone when it affects everyone else in that group?
Interesting.
Realistic example, you invite a male rapist into a women's shelter. It satisfies your virtue signal. It's a big tent. But then a woman gets raped and murdered, which is what happened in New York. So again, boundaries exist so the thing survives. And if you say we're going to let these people in who are openly saying they want to destroy America, you're an accessory to the crime. And it isn't a big tent. Like, you're right. There's no pro-lifers. There's no pro-Second Amendment people. It's like a tent with an open flap. And the flap is facing the direction of basically anti-patriotic, anti-Americanism. It's interesting that they call themselves Democrat Socialists, because you could never envision Republican Socialists. Like, if somebody said I'm a Republican Socialist, you go, no, that's nuts. Mm-hmm. Why can you envision a Democrat Socialist? What does that tell you? Something about the Democrats. Harold.
Harold, your name was invoked.
So I am as repulsed and disgusted by this young lady's comments, not as much because I think she wants to be a member of my party or claims to be a member of my party, as it is I think she doesn't understand that if she honestly believes what she just said there about we deserved it, she is saying that a group of people who wouldn't allow her to speak the way she's speaking on television, they would kill her. A group of people who wouldn't allow her to dress the way she wants to dress, think the way she wants to think, gain the jobs that try to gain a job like she wants to gain, and then criticize the state as she has. I think these people, Greg, who want to be a part of our tent, I call it the American tent first, and the Republican and Democrat tents are in that big tent. And we may differ on things, but we don't differ on what's fundamental about our country. Kayla and I had a conversation, a debate about what the 14th Amendment. We didn't have a conversation about what America meant and whether or not we deserve to have people come to our country and destroy it. For anyone to call themselves a Democrat who believes that America deserved 9/11, and she's able to say that in a country that she's defending a group of people who wouldn't allow her to say what she's saying, who wouldn't allow her to be the person that she wants to be and achieve and accomplish the things that she's accomplished. I said it the other day and I'll say it again. They offer no answers. There's nothing constructive. We're the most dynamic, the most innovative, the most creative group of people, economic system and economy in the world. At every point in each of the last several centuries, America has faced a challenge to whom we are, where people felt excluded. The answer can't be to burn it down.
Wow.
That's what these people are saying.
Wow.
The answer was, how do we work from within with all the tools and assets and resources we have to make the country better? That's what we ought to be doing. And for those whom are not, and those who want to come into the Democratic Party, there has to be a little bit of an admission fee. And that fee has to be, you understand that the country is great and our job is to try to make it greater, not burn it down.
Well said, Harold.
Wow. Harold, man, hey, bro. I couldn't have said it better, brother. Golly. he lit a fire on that thing, boy. Harold, great work, brother. I mean, awesome delivery. He's spot on. And this is a moderate Democrat talking. He was saying how he's not pleased with the socialists coming into his party, right? And trying to really burn down America. That is what he's saying. And he ain't lying at all. Now, again, hand clap of praise. Now, let's go to the business side real fast, guys, on this topic, right? And let's bring in my dude, PBD, Patrick Bet-David, real fast. And let's get another perspective on this, guys, because, again, this is where I'm going. I'm going in a way, in an area that, again, not going to bash. I'm focusing on something else. And this week, I'm talking to the Democrat Party. And next week, I'm talking to the Republican Party about this exact topic. All right, let's get into it. Let's go.
Mamdani says a socialist can win anywhere. I don't know if you guys have seen this clip or not, but this is very important because 2028 is around the corner. Midterms are around the corner. And this guy's voice is getting bigger and bigger. And he showed this weekend that he also knows how to swim in a suit, which is impressive because clothes gets wet. But here's him saying a socialist can win anywhere. Go for it.
Democratic socialists get elected president?
I think a Democratic Socialist can get elected anywhere across this country for any position. What I think we need to bring is a focus on working people.
And that's the direction that the party should go in terms of selecting a candidate for 2028.
I think the direction that the party should go in is how best to fight for working people. I think we need to have a platform and a vision that doesn't sound as if it was cooked up by consultants, but instead one that you would say in response to someone who's asking, why can't I afford my rent? Why can't I afford my groceries? Why can't I afford my childcare? We need to make clear who we stand for, how we're going to stand for them, and that we're actually willing to fight for them when the going gets tough.
So good.
Yeah. Guys, I gotta say, that would sound good to a voter that is moved by their emotions. How he delivered was flawless. It was flawless. Democrats, it was flawless. He's saying stuff that voters, typically the younger voters, and some elderly voters and middle-aged voters, like in my age bracket, that's appealing to them. Now, I agree with Harold. They have no solutions, just talking points that grab your ears, your attention, and that's it. Hold on. I'm gonna hold off. I'm gonna hold off on that until I get to my thoughts. All right, guys. But again, that sounds amazing. It does. It does, guys. Gotta keep it 1,000. It does. Now, let me come back to me for a second, guys. And now I'm gonna give you my thoughts on this. Okay, Liddell's thoughts on this. My message to the Democrat Party. Probably earlier on this year, it looked really good for you guys to win the midterms. Most definitely the House, right? And then, of course, the Senate. Now, of course, the gerrymandering thing went on and it made it a little bit tougher, but you still had a little bit of an edge on the House. The Senate, not so much, right? But then all of a sudden, they had, in my opinion, a gift called the Iran War, right? That's not going as planned for the administration. And you could have used that as gasoline behind your pitch to the American people, right? Then all of a sudden, you actually had the Democrat Socialist Party of America begin to take over your party. Zoran Mamdani actually won, got sworn in early this year, right? Then you had three socialists really upend incumbents, long-term incumbents in New York, and another one in Colorado this past week. And they're the loudest in the group right now. They are. And they're saying things that tickle the ears of Gen Z my generation, the millennials, right? Yeah, millennials. I'm 46. Yep. And then of course the baby boomers, because things are higher as far as price point, and their pitch is working class issues, kitchen table topics, right? Affordability is what they've been saying. Affordability, right? And excuse me, guys. And what's happening, guys, is this here is they are selling to the people, and they are taking over your party. When you hear Van Jones come on and say, hey, the world's on notice and the Democrat Party better wake up. And then you begin to see established Democrats, Hakeem Jeffries, Chuck Schumer, Adam Schiff, the Congress lady up there in Minnesota. Like, they're beginning to shake hands with this. And what's happening is the Socialist Party is taking over the Democrat Party from within. I gotta talk about it. And what's happening, guys, is I'm telling you this here. They're the loudest in the room, and I gotta say it, they're the better salesmen or women in the room than the moderate Democrats in your party right now. And you're getting your asses whooped right now on messaging. You are. Because they're the only ones talking period, and about issues. They're talking about a little bit about Trump, but they kind of backed off the bashing Trump language, and now on the affordability language. And what's going to happen is their policies are not popular. Let me give you a policy. In New York, as you guys have heard, if you haven't heard, well, Zoran Mamdani, the mayor of New York, right, passed his landlord commission. I may be using the wrong word, so forgive me. Froze the rents for certain housing, right? And you had people clapping and celebrating like, yeah, this will help me out. Not knowing that whole play is a property confiscation play. Let me tell you how. If you freeze the rents to be a certain property, let's say you froze the rents at $1,000 a month, right? Not the market, the government freezes the rents on housing. Let's just say, for instance, there's a mortgage on the property, most likely it is in New York, right? And if the market says that they should be collecting $1,500 a month, but the government says, no, you're going to charge $1,000 a month. But the mortgage all in is $1,200 a month. The landlord is losing $200 a month. That's unsustainable because what? They're now in the red and they're not making a profit. Therefore, there's not income coming in to be able to manage the maintenance of the property. What happens is the landlord just stops making the mortgage payments. Then the mortgage company calls the loan due and begins to foreclose. Two things will happen. Either the state of New York, or the city of New York, can say, hey, bank, do not foreclose on it. Lower down, let's say, a rate or the amount to make it work. Force them to do that. And now the bank is losing money. Or what happens is they allow for it to go to foreclosure. And the only bidder in town is who? The city of New York, which is the worst landlord, period. That's called a property confiscation plan through the loophole of legality. But because the voters can't add, or they're divorced from the reality of numbers, like I said, socialists are mathematical morons, right? Respectfully, you can't see you're wounding your own selves. And those moderate Democrats have to open up their mouth and say, enough. Because what's going to happen is, and I'm landing the plane, if the moderate Democrats do not begin to say something, you're going to lose the House, you're going to lose the Senate, and you're going to lose the presidency in 2028. Let me get another one real fast and I'll be done. Gavin Newsom, the sitting governor of California, was against the billionaire tax that was being proposed in the state legislature in California. Well, he said, I don't know about that, man. That's not a good idea at all, because it was driving out billionaires and their companies. Well, what happened? He got a lot of vitriol from the left, really the socialist left portion of the party. Guess who's turning coat? Gavin Newsom, because Gavin wants to run for president. Now Gavin Newsom is saying we should entertain the billionaire tax on a national level. That's Gavin Newsom, who's going to be most likely your candidate for presidency on the Democrat side for 2028. You're going to lose. Going to lose if the moderates don't step up and talk, because they're not going away at all. They're not going away at all. So if you like what they're pitching, cool. It don't make mathematical sense, cool. But if you don't, Democrats, you better get your messaging act together. If not, it's curtains for you. And you will not be known as Democrat Socialist Party of America. Because that's where you're headed. 1,000%. Because that pitch I just heard from Zoran Mamdani on ABC, it is an attractive pitch. And there's nothing countering in that pitch on the Democrat side. Nothing. So, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? Democrats, the ball is in your court. All right, guys, that's my thoughts on that topic, guys, man. I hope I did you justice there. I had fun putting that together, guys. It was really, really, really cool. Now, guys, let's go to our next topic. Man, you know what? I'm going to put something else on, guys. Let me see. Yeah, that's fine. Now, guys, let's talk about a topic that everyone's talking about. Now it's my turn. All right. Birthright citizenship. This right here has been a topic that I covered before. I think I covered it twice. This ruling came out from the Supreme Court. They ruled against President Trump's executive order, basically saying that if an illegal immigrant comes across our border illegally and has a child, the child is a legal immigrant. They're legal. That's exactly what this says. That was their ruling. I disagree 1,000%. This was a horrible ruling. It made no sense at all on no levels, right? So let's go to the videos real fast, guys, right? And see what's going down. And then we're gonna walk through the 14th Amendment, right? Here we go. Here is the announcement from Fox on this, guys. And let's see what's going on. All right, let's get it in. There we go.
Shannon, we have another decision, and it's a big one. It has to do with birthright citizenship. It was an executive order that President Trump, on day one of his second term in January 2025, signed the executive order. It was immediately challenged, and now we can tell you that the U.S. Supreme Court has ruled against President Trump's order to limit birthright citizenship. Shannon, we have talked for some time about the president feeling that he would not win on this one. The question is, why not?
Okay, right off the bat, it says children born in the United States to parents unlawfully or temporarily present are, quote, subject to the jurisdiction of the United States and are citizens at birth under the 14th Amendment's Citizenship Clause. Let's look how this broke down. As we expected, the Chief Justice wrote this opinion. Justices Sotomayor, Kagan, Barrett, and Jackson joined. Jackson has a concurring opinion in which Sotomayor joins. Justice Kavanaugh files an opinion concurring in the judgment and dissenting in part. The dissent comes from Justice Thomas. He is joined by Gorsuch, Alito, and then Justice Gorsuch apparently has his own dissenting opinion. So it is what we expected after the arguments here, and it looks like a bit of a split, but enough of a plurality coming together to say that the executive order that the president issued very quickly upon taking office is no good, and that if people are here, subject to the jurisdiction thereof includes people who are here illegally. Writing for the majority, Chief Justice Roberts says this: citizenship then and now was the right to have rights to freely participate in our political community. Talking about the 14th Amendment, the framers of the 14th Amendment extended that promise to every freeborn person in this land. That's a quote, and it looks like it's a quote back to some of the legislative debate about this in Congress. He says we keep that promise today. So a loss probably expected by the Trump White House, but it is official and it's a thick one, so we'll keep reading.
All right, thank you so much. Let's bring in Jonathan Turley. President Trump went to this argument. It didn't go as they would like, and you have some thoughts as to why. Go ahead.
Well, this is exactly what some of us predicted after the oral argument. Chief Justice Roberts said rather pointedly when counsel noted that things have changed in the citizenship area and how people become citizens. Roberts pointedly said, well, the Constitution hasn't changed. And that is reflected in this opinion. It is a roaring decision in favor of birthright citizenship as contained within the 14th Amendment. That is despite the countervailing evidence of some of the drafters of that amendment that they did not want this to be something that would cover birthright citizenship. Now, having said that, there are very good arguments on both sides here, good faith arguments. And I'm just reading through the Roberts decision today, but it is a very comprehensive and good faith argument. What is left here is a decision for the country as to whether it wants to examine a constitutional amendment. Some countries that have had birthright citizenship got rid of it because many of us believe it's an incredibly ill-considered policy. We can make that decision as well, but we're going to have that debate, and we're going to have to agree. We really haven't had a national debate on this. This has largely been contained within the court system, and it may be time for us as a country to decide how we define citizenship.
All right, 14th Amendment ratified in 1868. Back to Shannon Bream for the view from Justice Thomas, who was a dissenter here. Shannon.
So again, guys, very quickly here, as you guys can see that they ruled that birthright citizenship is detailed in the Constitution. I disagree 1,000% on that fact. But let's see what's going on. Now let's go to another video, guys, and then I'll give you my thoughts in a second. Let's bring in some legal minds here. I'm not an attorney at all. I'm a lay person, maybe like you. Some of you guys may be attorneys that are looking at this on all platforms. Is what it is. I'm open to a discussion because I don't know everything. But at the exact same time, you're going to see in a second how, in my opinion, they got this completely wrong. Not based on the opinion, based on the text of the Constitution and the intentionality around the person that actually drafted the amendment. He's a senator. Okay. Now let's go to the next one, guys. This is a liberal and a conservative, right? They're opposed now. They are opposed to one another. But here they are. We're going to listen to what they have to say real fast, and then we'll dive into it. All right. Here we go. Here's our reaction.
Those two decisions in particular. I guess we should start with birthright citizenship. We're gonna get to the girls' sports issue with Alliance Defending Freedom and one of the young girls involved in the litigation later.
This is the most egregious, lawless decision I've seen out of the Supreme Court in many, many, many years, maybe decades. The Chief Justice, John Roberts, along with Justice Amy Coney Barrett and the three liberals, essentially scratched out half of the 14th Amendment's birthright citizenship provision, the subject to the jurisdiction piece, meaning if you have to be born in America, number one, and number two, subject to the jurisdiction of the United States, number two, which means allegiance to the United States. The Chief Justice, Justice Barrett, the three liberals, scratched out that second piece and essentially held that anyone who comes to America and has a kid gets birthright citizenship, including Chinese birth tourists, terrorists, human traffickers, illegal aliens, people who are here on vacation, you name it. You come to America, you give birth, your child gets birthright citizenship, meaning they get the golden ticket. They get all the privileges, all the rights of citizenship. They get social security numbers. They get to vote. Maybe from Beijing, they can mail in their votes after they go back to Beijing and never step foot in America again.
That's
because
right.
they're American citizens. They can vote from Beijing. They can get social security. They can get the other welfare benefits of being a citizen. I don't think that the American people, we, the sovereign citizens of America, we never agreed to this. We did not agree to this at our founding. We did not agree to this after the Civil War when we enacted the 14th Amendment to overturn the Dred Scott decision and give birthright citizenship to the children of freed slaves. We didn't agree to this in any subsequent Congress. We never agreed to this. This is the ultimate betrayal by the Supreme Court of the United States.
Mm-hmm. Now that was the conservative side of the argument, right? Let's bring, and this is a constitutional attorney. Let's bring in Alan Dorsrich. He is a well-known liberal, which is fine. He gives a different perspective on this. All right, let's see what's going on. Here we go.
Case because it poses the issue of textualism, which is something that liberals usually hate. Following the precise text of the Constitution, no matter how stupid the Constitution might be, and not looking at the original intent or the meaning, etc. So this is a very interesting conflict between textualism.
I wonder what Alan means by the Constitution being stupid. I wonder what that actually means. I assume he's talking about the language that the writers used was stupid. My rebuttal to that, if that is the case, is no, the language is not stupid. That doesn't make any sense. Your interpretation may be stupid, not the language. Okay? But again, that's just my assumption. I don't know if that would have been.
And common sense. Look, let's start with birthright citizenship. It's the dumbest idea ever conceived of anybody.
Yes.
No smart person would ever put birthright citizenship in a constitution. Almost no other country in the world has it. All the examples that you've given and the others have given about people just being born in the country and then leaving, of course you're right. Birthright citizenship is stupid, stupid, stupid. Also, it was never intended to cover people from China who come here, give birth, and then go back and have no allegiance to the United States. That's all clear. The problem is the wording of the Constitution. The wording of the Constitution is dumb.
I disagree.
But it's there. And so you have a textualist, and I could understand a real conservative textualist like, our...
How is Alan coming to the conclusion that the text that was used in the Constitution is dumb? You're gonna see why I said it in a second. Okay? I think this is a laughable, respectfully, because Alan is a brilliant attorney. Brilliant attorney. It's just laughable what he's saying.
Our dear friend Justice Scalia, who was saying, well, I'm not empowered to change the Constitution. The Constitution says born in the United States, subject to the jurisdiction thereof. Yeah, maybe. So I would hope that A, the Constitution would be amended to make sense, but unlikely. But B, I have more hope, Megan, than you do in Justice Kavanaugh's dictum, because I think it's dictum on both sides. It's dictum on...
Explain that.
I do think that if Congress were to have hearings, were to bring people who would testify about people from China coming over here and giving birth and then leaving, and that they were then pass a statute saying people like that are not subject to the jurisdiction of the United States. And therefore, although they qualify if they are subject to the jurisdiction of the United States, that's a legislative matter. And legislatively, we now rule under Article 1 of the Constitution that people who have no allegiance to the country other than the accident of birth are not subject to the jurisdiction of the United States. So I still have hope that that could be done. And I have absolute desire to see Congress try to do that. I'd be happy to testify. I'd be happy to help them on this. I think it's really important for Congress to get into the act because executive orders are generally subject to much, much greater scrutiny by the Supreme Court because they're not part of the Constitution than are actions by Congress, which are Article 1 actions. So I think this is maybe the right textual decision, but the wrong common sense decision. And I think Congress can overrule it in effect.
So
go ahead.
I will say this here is I agree with the latter part of what Alan is saying concerning the issue of this whole thing is Congress. Congress, y'all lazy, man. Congress, y'all lazy, bro. Y'all barely work. I'm sorry. Y'all lazy. Y'all want the Supreme Court, the judicial branch, and the executive branch to do all the work while y'all sit back and just chill. Y'all lazy. Y'all lazy. Lazy. You know what the Constitution says, but hey, is what it is. I guess. Now let's go to. I want to go to one more part, guys. Then we're gonna go to the 14th Amendment real fast. All right, one more part. Let's go in. I'm bringing up my boy Anton Daniels real fast. But I want you guys to pay attention to what this attorney says on ABC. Okay, and I'm playing this because Alan comes back, right? Alan comes back, and he kind of rights the ship a little bit. So I gotta be fair. Here it is. Here we go.
Supreme Court and decisions shaping our nation. It's a major decision on President Trump's attempts to end birthright citizenship and the rights of transgender athletes. Live to CBS News legal contributor Jessica Levinson. So Jessica, let's start with birthright citizenship. Justice Alito really seems to feel pretty angry about this decision. Walk us through the ruling.
I think that's right. So this ruling was frankly closer than I had predicted, but a majority of the court did say that President Trump's attempt to redefine birthright citizenship by executive order is improper. Now, the breakdown changes depending on, is it improper under the Constitution or is it improper under a congressional statute that essentially codified the Constitution? We do have a bare majority of the Supreme Court saying, I'm looking at the 14th Amendment. Again, that was ratified after the Civil War. I'm looking at that clause, the birthright citizenship clause, and I understand it to mean if you were born on U.S. soil, we don't look to see, are your parents legal or illegal immigrants? We don't look to see if your parents are here temporarily or permanently. We look to see if you were born on U.S. soil, period.
Guys, does that make sense? Does that make any sense at all? We don't even run our houses that way. From a logical standpoint, that makes no sense at all. None. She goes on for a little bit more, but I cut it off for a second because I want to focus on that part right there. The word jurisdiction thereof. Those two words, jurisdiction thereof, right? Focus on those three words. Now, let's bring in Alan back in, right? Alan Dershowitz is back in. Alan came in and, in my opinion, redeemed himself. He needed to so bad on this. I was kind of disappointed in Alan, but it is what it is. But here we go. Here is Alan Dershowitz going on Newsmax real fast, and it was responding to what that lady just said concerning what she was diatribing. Let's get into it. Here we go.
Limiting birthright citizenship. Chief Justice John Roberts and Justice Amy Coney Barrett joined Justices Sonia Sotomayor, Justice Elena Kagan, and Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson in striking down the president's executive order. The president's now rejected executive order declared that children born to people who are in the United States illegally or temporarily are not American citizens. Chief Justice John Roberts wrote in the majority decision, quote, children born in the United States to parents unlawfully or temporarily present are subject to the jurisdiction of the United States and are citizens at birth under the 14th Amendment's Citizenship Clause, end quote. Now, after the Supreme Court dealt the president that blow, he went to his favorite social media platform with another solution. He wrote, quote, the Supreme Court upheld birthright citizenship, which is too bad for our country, but we can easily make it up in Congress through legislation with the support of the president that has now been determined during the process. No long and unwieldy constitutional amendment is necessary, end quote. Professor Emeritus at Harvard University, Alan Dershowitz, joins me. Nice to see you, sir. And you probably said 15 times, 15 and 0 on this show, that the Supreme Court would do exactly as it has done. So that one you got a perfect record on. Now tell me, though, is there some authority in Congress? Can they write something that undermines this clause of the Constitution?
Yeah, I thought I would never say this, but today President Trump proved to be a better constitutional lawyer than Chief Justice John Roberts.
Right there. So Alan is saying, yo, wait a minute, hold up. Trump actually has a better understanding on this topic than the Chief Justice of the United States Supreme Court. Let's let him cook a little bit more. Here we go.
Roberts started his decision by misleading the readers. Here's what he says in the beginning of his decision. The issue in this case is whether the Constitution guarantees citizenship to children born of parents unlawfully or temporarily present in the United States. That's not what was presented by this case. What was presented by this case is whether the president, by executive order, as distinguished from legislation, can decide who is and who isn't subject to the jurisdiction of the United States. And so what they said and what has been interpreted to suggest Congress can't do anything is pure dictum, because the only issue presented was whether a presidential executive order can do that. And of course, the answer to that is probably no. But if Congress holds hearings and determines there's a real problem of abuse of Chinese families coming into the country in order to have babies, other kinds of problems, and they narrowly say that a person born in the country who has no allegiance, who just leaves the day after, 2 days after they're born, never again comes to the country, is not subject to the jurisdiction of the United States, that's a proper congressional action. And that defines what the 14th Amendment means when it says subject to the jurisdiction of the United States. So President Trump is 100% right. He can effectively overrule that decision without amending the Constitution simply by an act of Congress.
Exactly. Thank you, Alan. Alan, brother, man, you had me scared there, brother. You had me scared there, man, but you did well, brother. Hey, man, good stuff, Alan. Exactly. This whole thing was if the president could actually, if his executive order could make this change. The answer to that question is no, because I believe it's Article 2 says that immigration is a legislative branch issue, not an executive branch issue. Hence, my vitriol for the laziest legislature on the planet, the U.S. House and Senate. These Bamas are lazy as hell. They don't do nothing. They take 17,000 vacations to do what? I don't know. Go raise money, and they do nothing. But they do not want to do anything with the immigration, because that takes work, and these Bamas don't want to work at all. So they want the executive branch to handle it, or they want the judicial branch to handle it. But the power, it lies via the Constitution in the legislative branch. So attorneys, stop half telling the truth. This was about if a president had the authority to do this. The answer to that question is no, not based on someone's opinion, based on what the Constitution states. Now, even Chief Justice got it wrong. He got it wrong on the context. But hey, I digress. Now, let's dive this thing real fast, guys. Remember, we're going to focus on the word jurisdiction. Jurisdiction, okay? We're going to focus on that word. Let me bring in Chat GPT real fast, guys, bro. And I asked it a simple question. And I'm going to show y'all what I actually did real fast, so folks don't think I am tripping. What happened? Okay, what's going on? I need to Whoa. No. What are we doing? Okay. 1 second, guys. Something's not working right. What's going on here, guys? Okay. Share the window. No, what is it? It's allow share audio. Okay, yeah. Okay, choose screen. I'm trying to. No, I don't want to do that. It's not letting me show y'all. I'll just read it, guys, because it's not allowing for some reason for me to share my screen all of a sudden. I don't know why. That's kind of odd. Let me see some rest. Okay, boom. 1 second, guys. This is real time. Hold on, guys. I got you. Your partner got you. Let's see. I need to share your window. There's no window here. Like there's nothing here. That's weird. That is weird, guys. Huh. It doesn't want to let me show. But anyways, all right, guys. I'll just read it. My bad. I just read it, guys. I just read it. I want to read that thing. God dang it. 1 second, guys. I'm gonna figure this out. Share. Yeah, it's not allowing for me to. This sucks. All right, guys. Anyways, I'll read it, guys. I'll read it real fast. All right, let me read real fast. I said, give me the details. I said, okay. Give me the details on what senator drafted the 14th Amendment and give me the section of his draft speaking about the exclusion of aliens and other parties when it comes to citizenship. Remember, our good friend Alan Dershowitz actually stated that he thought that the verbiage that was used in the Constitution, 14th Amendment, was stupid. I disagree. Let me tell you why I could disagree. All right? And this was the answer. It said the senator who's commonly associated with introducing and explaining the citizenship clause of the 14th Amendment was Jacob M. Howard. He was a U.S. senator. While the amendment was the product of the Joint Committee of Reconstruction, and several members contributed in its language, including John A. Bingham, who's often called the principal framer of Section 1. Howard was a senator who formally presented and explained the citizenship clause on the Senate floor on May 30th, 1866. Howard's statement on citizenship, he says, when introducing this amendment, Senator Howard stated, every person born within the limits of the United States and subject to the jurisdiction is by virtue a natural born natural law by virtue of natural law and natural law a citizen of the United States. Then let's keep going. This will, of course, include persons born in the United States who are foreigners, aliens who belong to the families of ambassadors or foreign ministers. Let's see. Historians should be category. Okay. It's too small. There we go. That's better. Let's see. Let me go to. Fortunately, I wish I could show you guys this, man, because it'd be easier for me to do if I could show you guys. I don't know what's going on with my computer today. It's what it is. Sorry, guys. It's really being a prick today. It really is. Why? Okay, it says all persons. This is 14th Amendment, Section 1. All persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and the state wherein they reside. No state shall. Let me go back. Let me go back. Let's read it again. All persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof. Stop right there. The debate is over the word jurisdiction. The reason why is because of the fact that is what was kind of argued in front of the Supreme Court, right? Now you may say, well, Dale, what does the word jurisdiction mean? back then, right? Well, illegal aliens or immigrants was not common back then. So the assumption is it has nothing to do with illegal immigration, which I agree. Right? I agree with that. This was for black slaves. I agree with that. Let's keep going. No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, or deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the law. So what that's saying there is the arguments over jurisdiction. Okay, that is so what determines the jurisdiction, right? Let's look up the word jurisdiction real fast. 1 second. Does a word mean? Here we go. Let's see. I'll tap into ChatGPT real quickly. All right, it says the word jurisdiction means. Come on. It is okay. Come on. Okay. This is crazy time. What is going on with my computer today, guys? It is really moving slow today. Like, what is going on here? I don't know what's going on today, guys. I don't know what's going on. It's just taking long. Okay. Anyways, all right. While he's doing that real fast, now let's go up to Senator Howard. Okay, let's go up to there. While he's doing that, let's see here. It says the bottom line. History establishes that Senator Howard, Jacob M. Howard, introduced and explained the Citizens Decision Clause, right? He stated that the clause would not include, let me say it again, would not include persons born in the United States who are foreigners, aliens, who belong to families of ambassadors or foreign ministers. The precise meaning of that sentence remains the subject of scholarly legal debate. What are we debating? He's telling you what the word means. Why are we debating over a word that the author is telling you what it actually means? This is you look at something from an apologetic standpoint. He's telling you what it means. There's no need for you to even opine on it. He's telling you this jurisdiction does not include foreigners. Okay? Foreigners. Now, the word jurisdiction, what that means is, okay, who do you pledge your allegiance to? So if you are a Mexican citizen, right? You cross over our border illegally, right? And you have a baby, the question you got to ask is, who do you hold your allegiance to? In other words, what jurisdiction is the mother and or father, right, a citizen of? The answer to that hypothetical is Mexico. If that is the case, right, the baby is a Mexican citizen. That's simple. Not hard. There's no need for us to even debate this at all. At all. Like this is laughable. Ridiculous, man. It's laughable, guys. The only way, in my opinion, and now I'm getting to my portion. The only way, in my opinion, guys, that this was ruled this way is because I believe that the 5 that rule that birthright citizenship is legal, which makes no sense at all. They had their minds already made up, and they tried to find the history to support their claim. They purposely, in my opinion, disregarded Senator Howard's precise language telling you what he meant by that 14th Amendment. He's telling you he's one of the authors of the Citizenship Clause, the author of it. So what are we assuming here on what this makes sense is if you have your mind already made up on what you want. And in my opinion, that was what was going on. It's that simple. Not hard at all. All right, guys. That's my thoughts on that. Terrible ruling. Horrid ruling. It's very clear. But hey, I'll say this here and I'll end it here. I like the pivot though that I think it's Brett Kavanaugh did. He said, hey, if you want to change this, go to the branch that the Constitution states is over immigration, the legislative branch, and have them define the word jurisdiction. To me, that's a dumb thing to do because the author of the amendment already defines it, but it is what it is. Go about it that way. Do I believe Congress get it done? Hell no. They lazy as hell, man. They lazy, man. They don't work, they don't do nothing. These guys but that's what's going on, guys. It's sad. Bad ruling, horrid ruling. That's horrid. All right, guys, but that is my thoughts on that topic. I had fun putting this together, guys. Fun. Now let's go to our last topic real fast, guys. And this is in my opinion, play close attention to this side, guys. The reason why is this here. We are going to our section real fast, guys, called Network Hustle. This is our Protect the Bag series, guys. All right. We're talking about, the network marketing blueprint. The lucrative business model of network marketing. And guys, it's extremely lucrative. I'll give you an example. One of my mentors, my former high school basketball coach, love him to death. It's like a dad to me. Makes hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. Passive income through the vehicle network marketing. Another colleague of mine makes the same amount of money in his company through network marketing. Right? Now, I know what you're saying. That's a pyramid scheme. It don't make no sense at all. Okay, I got you. Okay, now let's answer the question. Let's bring in one of the leading thought guys in network marketing. This is Eric Norig, right? He's on Think Media. Love this channel to death. Love it to death. Let's see what he says about network marketing. Let's get into it.
You've probably heard it said, network marketing is a scam.
Mm-hmm.
Is that true?
No, it's not. But I understand the image. And here's where the image comes from. Network marketers just can't help but overhype everything. They say it's, you don't have to sell anything. And, this is the easiest thing you'll ever do in the world. And everybody's winning. And look at how much money this person makes. And look at their car. And look at all this stuff. So it's promise. And all you got to do is put in a little bit of money. And it's just going to be magic beans dropped into the ground, go up to the sky and you can retire. It's just amazing, unbelievable. And the product, it cures this and it does that. And they overhype, hype like crazy. Right. And because of the hype, it can never live up to that expectation. So people come in with that expectation, kind of going, this sounds too good to be true, but I'll give it a try. And the moment a person normally joins network marketing, they have like 3, 4, 5 people in their head that might join if they do it too. And it's kind of like a lotto ticket, there's like a scratch off.
Yeah.
So they go scratch those off, and if one of those 5 doesn't join, then they rip it up and they say, you know what, network marketing doesn't work, it's a scam. Here's the truth. It's virtually impossible for you to lose money in network marketing. I lost money. Tell me how.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
How much does it cost to start?
Yeah, it depends on the company,
Totally.
but a very small amount, and you can return that to the company and get your money back. So it's just like You cannot convince me that you're going to lose money.
Yeah.
Can you come in as an amateur, lose relationships if you're just handing out business cards at funerals and doing creepy stuff?
Yeah.
You can do that for sure. But that's why we called it GoPro, the book GoPro. If you're going to do this, be a professional.
Yeah.
Like any profession, there's skills, be classy. But here's what network marketing does, just so you understand. And I would also say the scam piece of it, in every profession, there's going to be some people who do it wrong.
Mm-hmm.
There's the FTXs in the crypto space.
Yes.
That did it wrong. There's going to be the good people that rise out of that, all of that attention and dominate the market.
Mm-hmm.
Inside of network marketing, there's thousands of companies. Are there some that are at straight up scams? Yep. Will they get exposed pretty quickly? Yep. And the good ones will, continue to grow and build and grow and build. But just for a basic tutorial, there's only 4 things that people do in network marketing. They sell a product using word of mouth advertising, right? Which is they educate consumers. 2, they recruit. They build a team. So they start getting some leverage. It's not just all on them.
Yep.
3, they duplicate. They teach people how to recruit and sell. Start building an organization.
Yep.
And 4, they lead. They improve the productivity of the teams that they have based upon the leader.
Now, guys, I like what Eric Rory is doing. He's doing a phenomenal job at explaining this, guys, in a way that makes total sense. How network marketing is: you sell, recruit, duplicate, and lead. That's a corporation. Literally, is what that is. How do you bring in revenue to a corporation? Sell. How do you begin to scale? You recruit talent. How do you begin to, I would say before you scale, how do you begin to, I would say normalize, stabilize the company? Is you recruit high level talent. How do you begin to scale? You duplicate that high level talent that goes out in sales, right? And then what happens is that high level talent leads. That's how you build a enterprise. It's network marketing. Microsoft used the exact same blueprint. Amazon, Dell, Coca-Cola, PepsiCo, McDonald's, Burger King. Should I keep going? This is how it works, guys. Now, has it been overhyped in the past? Yes. I like the honesty of Eric Worre here. It's very honest at being critical on people that have given network marketing a bad name. It's not a scam at all. It's not a pyramid scheme. Let me give you an example, guys. I looked up Fortune 1000 companies that have partnered with network marketing companies. You ain't gonna never believe some of these names. AT&T, Spectrum, Vivid Home Security, Verizon, Visa, MasterCard, Microsoft, Dell, Salesforce, FedEx. Should I keep going? Constellation Energy, AIG, Nationwide, Protective Life, National Life Group. Again, these are well-established companies. Fiserv, it's a payment processing company. UPS, again, FedEx, Oracle. I mean, should I keep going? American Express, Citibank. These are companies that actually have partnered with network marketing companies. If it is a scam or a pyramid scheme, would these companies do anything to ruin their name or to do something illegal? The answer is no. No. I'm just keep 100 with you guys. These are well-known names, right? Makes sense, guys? Now, all right, got it. So we got past the scam portion. Now here's the quick question: what is network marketing? What is it? What is it? Let's go ahead and bring back in Eric Worre. He's one of the best that I've ever seen explain this, and then I'll bring on a message from my mentor, my high school basketball coach. She teaches me about life. And are people that I know that actually do a good job explaining this, guys. And we kind of go from there. Here is Eric Ward talking about network marketing. All right, guys, what is it? Let's do it like this here. Here we go.
Imagine if Amazon allowed you to become an independent distributor and paid out 40% of its revenue to that distributor group. All you had to do as a distributor was recommend a product. And if a person bought it on Amazon, Amazon would take care of all the logistics and you'd get paid for bringing the customer. Now imagine you got paid for every purchase that customer made for the rest of their lives.
Wow.
Well, Amazon doesn't offer this option, but network marketing companies do.
85% of all buying decisions in our society are made as a result of word of mouth or reputation.
We're recommending things to each other all the time. You know, who's your dentist? Who's your doctor? Who's your lawyer? What detergent, are you using? What legal system are you using? What product are you using? We're talking to each other about the things that we love anyway.
When you go into a big box retailer, you're lucky if the clerk looks you in the eye, much less gives you any detailed or accurate information about what you're purchasing. So of course, this personal information, this education coming from a friend, a neighbor, a relative, or even a stranger, but one who has experience with the product is extraordinarily valuable.
As a matter of fact, network marketing can educate consumers probably better than any other form of marketing.
So it's not, this is a sitting professor at the University of New Mexico. What this gentleman put his name on the line for a scam. And we're looking at good, sound business models. Okay, just the business model network marketing. Let's get into it.
Certainly can do better than advertising, because advertising usually has a certain hype to it and you can only get limited information. So, network marketing trumps advertising.
If you were a typical sales company and you wanted to sell $1 million a month worth of product, you might go find 100 superstar salespeople. The quota would be $10,000 a month. So network marketing as a distribution system just flips the numbers.
Correct.
So we use 10,000 happy, raving fans of a particular product, and we don't concern ourselves so much with how much product each one of them individually sells. If they sell just $100 or $200 a month, and there's 10,000 of them, you're selling $1 million to $2 million a month worth of product. And that's the best way I can explain how network marketing works.
This is the marketing arm of the company. There's not money being wasted on bricks and mortar. There's not money being wasted on inventory that's sitting stagnant somewhere. There's not of employees standing around that don't have customers. These are people that are going to connect with customers.
These companies allow people to become independent distributors for extremely low cost and with no minimum time or sales quota. Essentially, they own their own business and can provide as much or as little sales as they choose. In other words, the distributor gets all the benefits of traditional business ownership without the risk.
The advantage of network marketing is the ease of entry, the low risk, and the low startup cost, because almost everything else has very high risk.
You can get in for a minimal investment. You're buying into a system that's already been proven, products or services that have been proven to work.
The keys to network marketing is providing an opportunity for the masses to get involved, providing an opportunity for the average person who doesn't have the resources to start their own business.
All of this so far is fairly straightforward, but network marketing offers another benefit, and it's this benefit that makes it so interesting for entrepreneurs. Network marketing allows a distributor to build their own network of other distributors and then compensates them on the sales created by that entire group.
Direct selling is...
So again, guys, they're going into a little bit more of... Wow, did I just freeze? Am I frozen, guys? I think I'm frozen. Hold on one second. I think I'm frozen. Hold on one second, guys. 1 second. I think I'm frozen.
Is at its base very simple. It's the sale of a product or service to an individual on a face-to-face, one-on-one basis, just the way we're talking right now. But there's an important element as well, and that's the offering in conjunction with that sale of product, the offering of an opportunity. an opportunity for someone to make something of themselves.
No matter what your social status is, no matter what language that you speak, I mean, look how many unbelievable people are becoming successful to speak every kind of language out there. What an awesome gift to give the world.
Instead of having to work your way up in a system and prove that you could be a sales manager, they just decided everybody can be a sales manager. Everybody gets to build a sales team from day one. And so what that brought into the system of growth as a direct selling company is the concept of compounding or geometric progression. Because now you can actually grow Salesforce very quickly because everybody is enrolling people in their own Salesforce.
People who are like, oh, this.
So again, guys, I want you guys to understand the brilliance of the network marketing type of business model. It gives the average American, and I mean average in a very respectful way, access to a platform that has a low entry level investment with enterprise level training and systems built in it that you can recruit good talent of people that actually want to build their own business. And by doing it, you duplicate it. And I believe it's most likely the fairest business model because of the fact that no one is paid until a product or service is actually sold. There's nothing being paid out when you recruit anyone at all. No, that's called a pyramid scheme, and that's not what this is. No money is paid unless a product is sold. Not one dime. Now, the question that I actually asked also, I said, wait a minute. I said, how many millionaires have actually been created in network marketing? And let me see. It's been a number. Let's see. 5.4. It says a commonly cited estimate among industry observers is that tens of thousands of people worldwide have become millionaires through network marketing. A reasonable range would be 25,000 to 100,000 plus lifetime millionaires worldwide. This is an estimate, not an audited figure. So use that. This is from ChatGPT. Claims should be treated cautiously, but there's been several multimillionaires created with the business model of network marketing. A lot of network marketers are making more than what franchisees are making who own McDonald's, Burger King, definitely a Subway, right? Pizza Hut, Domino's, Long John's, Chick-fil-A. Pick a restaurant. They're making more money with a smaller investment that it cost. For instance, I believe to start a McDonald's, I believe the investment is between $1 to $2 million. And you don't own the land, McDonald's does. And McDonald's takes a portion of your profit. And the $1 to $2 million is just to get the name and the system. It's a franchising fee. And you're not guaranteeing any success. Versus, I've heard some network marketing companies charge $2.99, $1.99, $99 to start your business, right? And there's no money paid when you recruit somebody. No, when you actually sell a good or service that they're offering, that's when money's triggered. That is the business model network market. That's called being fair. So basically, I can't make money, and this is hypothetical, unless I help you make money. That's called being fair, right? That's network marketing, guys. That's what it is, guys. All right. Let me do one thing, last thing, guys, real fast. This is, and then I'll be done for the day. Thank you for kicking with your partner today, man. Let me bring in a great friend of mine. He's a dad of mine. Love him to death. He is one of the leaders. Been in network marketing for a long period of time. He's made several millions of dollars in network marketing. He is a motivational speaker, author, best-selling author. My former high school basketball coach. I'm trying to find a good video of him. I want to do him justice, y'all. Let's see. Here we go. Here is my high school basketball coach. You know what? I'm gonna choose a different one, guys. Hold on one second, guys. I'm gonna get to him. Here's my I call him my rich dad, Precious Swaggerty. And I played basketball for this man. He's my high school basketball coach. He knows everything about me, everything. Here he is, just to give a little bit of snippet of the quality of leadership that you can get in a network marketing company. There's no companies I'm pitching at all, period. This is just the business model of network marketing. Here we go.
Can't hire someone else to do your push-ups for you. That's a common sense statement, isn't it? But I think a lot of us try or at least want to do that. Guys, we've got to do the push-ups. We've got to eat the right meals. If we're trying to grow as a person, we can't hire somebody to grow as a person for us. You know, it really emphasizes that we have to take responsibility, whether that be for our personal growth, for our health, for our spiritual development, whatever it is. You can't hire someone else to do your push-ups for you. You can't hire.
That is Presley Swaggerty, guys. My just a small snippet of what he talks about. He's a motivated speaker. Now he's several $1 million. But anyways, there's several I can go through through a family member of mine, Halton Buggs. So he's a cousin of mine, and go to him. He's known as a Michael Jordan network marketing. The guy was making $1 million a month selling coffee through the vehicle of network marketing. And I'm not saying $1 million as an example to say, look at you, he's so big. No, some people want to make $2,000 or $3,000. That's life changing, right? $200. That's life change a month. That pays a bill, right? It's what I'm saying. It's a good, valuable business model for you to begin to build something on with very little entry, right, to get started. But great way for you to recruit high talent, right, that wants to build a business as well. And then you can duplicate that high talent. Then after that, you can actually also build a business, build an enterprise. That's it. That is it. Now we have somebody that came in, guys, that said birthright citizenship topic must be the most ridiculous, uneducated topic ever in the U.S. history, for the simple fact that 98% of all the entire U.S. populations are all illegal immigrants. Be active 8075. That is the dumbest statement I've heard in my life. It is the stupidest statement I've ever heard, and I got to say it in that manner. It is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. The most idiotic statement I've heard in my life. Re-examine that statement. It's unwise, dumb. What kind of mess is this? Wow. Again, this type of thinking we're talking about, y'all. Right here. Anyways, guys. All right, guys. Guys, that's all I have for today, man. Real quickly, guys. Tomorrow we have Real Estate Friday Live, guys. Me and Cliff getting it in a little bit, guys. Real Estate Friday Live. Here's a little bit of a sneak preview of what we talk about on the Friday Live, guys. It's right before 4th of July. Let's get in. Here we go.
Okay.
Sir, there's a GC right there. Cliff.
Go.
It's piers. They got concrete piers and wood piers.
Yes, sir.
Checklist. Check out the checklist. We got it for everything we need.
Yes, sir.
Right, you forget some things sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So this is going to outline, make sure you hit every single thing. What's the foundation, plumbing, electric, painting, pouring, everything. So you don't miss anything.
Okay.
You want to make sure you get all your checks.
Okay. I want to introduce you guys to Cliff Hunter. Cliff is a world-renowned flipper. He actually flips. He's also a GC as well. He's a good contractor. When it comes to all of our renovations, all over the nation, you'll talk to this guy right here. Again, guys, Real Estate Friday Live tomorrow at 5 p.m. CST. Come kick with your partner Cliff and I, man. We talk about all things real estate and the crypto, guys. We're going to talk about, man, there's so many deals going on right now, guys, in certain areas in the United States, guys, to where subject to investing is back. It never left, right? But it's making a mainstream comeback. And you were talking to a person that was known as the subject to investing in real estate king in Dallas. Back in the day, that was me. Hello, how you doing? So I got a whole course on this, guys, a whole course on this. Let's see here. All right, guys, let's see. Ooh, let's go back here. Where we go. Now, all right, guys, let's see. Somebody's back. Oh, my man hit him back. He says, so you are saying that everyone isn't this in America is because the fact only the indigenous are the only people group and people. Brother, if I use your logic, brother, everybody's legal, including your dumb ass. See how dumb that sounds? Because the indigenous just were not the first ones here. See how stupid that sounds? Dumb. Man, get a life, bro. Get a life. So I'm the dumb one. Okay, illegal immigrant, you're the dumb one. I can't stand dumb people. Respectfully. Now, let's go back real fast, guys. Also, guys, I am again doing the Accountable Podcast interview series, guys. It's about to launch. It's going to be very good, guys. Let's get into it. Here's a little bit of a topic scope. One of the many questions that I receive is, Liddell, how do I get into those rooms? Well, this interview series is just for you. So welcome to the room.
We on now. They respect us cause we on now. Money up, run a whole town, don't we? This power money can't slow down. Money won't slow down. Ooh, we doing a lot. How we got on top. How we got on the top. Network and hustle.
All right, guys, that is the Accountable Podcast interview series is coming back, guys. I got about 3 or 4 people lined up, and you're gonna love them. It's how we sit down with them, talk about who they are, where they came from, and we get a whiteboard. We write out the formulas of what they did to go from zero to where they are right there. We're talking about pastors, media moguls, real estate moguls, business moguls, you name it. We're gonna get them set up. We're gonna talk and iron issue. We're gonna talk about issues too, also, and do a little debating too. It's going to be very, 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 very cool to see, man. Very cool to see. Oh, Lord. He's back, y'all. So you are a descendant of Africa, which means you are not an indigenous of the European. Hey, brother, man. Hey, bro. Brother or sister, whatever. Hey, man, go get a job. Get a job, man. Talking about earn a 401k or something, brother. Go read a book, something, man. Because this ain't working. This ain't working, brother. This ain't working. All right. Now, all right, guys. That's all I have for today, man. You know I end it every single time. Hey, tomorrow at 5 p.m. CST, Real Estate Friday Live. Kick it with Cliff and I, man. We're going to be live streaming on TikTok too and other platforms as well. Maybe even also on Instagram. Instagram, your boys coming back to you guys if you got it solved, guys. But guys, you know I end it every single time. Before you leave while you can. You see that thing, but take a picture for your mom and them. Holla at your partner. God bless you guys. See you guys tomorrow. All right, y'all, man. Holla at your partner. Peace. What's good, guys? It's your partner Dale here, man. Hey, I always say that when it comes to real estate, I think this is the best time. The next 3 to 5 years is the best time, in my opinion, to begin to invest in real estate, whether you are a seasoned investor or a novice investor. This is the best time, in my opinion, to to invest in real estate. Now, why would I say that? It's very simple. Whenever there is some stagnation within the real estate industry, that's the best time to get deals, right? Deals are what attract the capital, right? A good deal will always attract good capital. Now, what's a good deal? Well, I like buying distressed properties below wholesale. The skill to buying right is learning how to locate distressed properties in your city, county, or state. Now, the good thing about it is we are giving away a free ebook called Distressed Property Investing. We talk about different ways of locating distressed properties in your city, county, state, what to look for, who to call, things of that nature. It is free. Once you master this type of skill of locating distressed properties, you'll never be broke ever again because good deals attract the right capital. All right, guys? So to get the free ebook, click on the link below, scan on the QR code here on the screen, or you can DM us the word real estate and my team will get you out this free ebook. Again, it's completely free. Just want to get you this information so you can begin to get the bag while buying real estate. Stay blessed and holla at your buddy.
Okay, so you did fixes and flips first, or were they? Now it sounds like you're more buying whole. Okay, so you were wholesaling first. Okay,
because I was broke. I had no credit, I had no money, so I had to get some money coming in. So I learned how to do wholesale.
And you were doing wholesaling at the good time too.
2000.
When it wasn't so saturated. There was.
I kind of saw the debacle coming. Okay, it didn't make any sense. I was like, wait a minute, how can you lend out to retail buyers 99.7%?
Yeah,
just a little bit of a down tick. It's insolvent.
And you got to remember, in some states, because I lived in Florida at the time, you could have loan to value above 100% of your property.
Right.
The first property that I bought, it was 110%. We left the bank with like $30,000.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
It was amazing to me. I was like, why am I not doing this all the time? But then clearly 08, 09 let me know why people shouldn't have been doing that all the time.
08, 09, that's why I made that lion's share of my money.
Wow.
Okay. Actually running from the cows, I was running to it.
Of course.
Because I saw it was coming.
Okay.
A lot of my business colleagues back then were buying flippers.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was wise for me to share 50% of my profit with Uncle Sam. He didn't do no work.
Okay.
So why would I give him free money?
Of course.
Okay, how can I make sure I'm still legal, but keep the lion's share of the cash flow?
Of course.
So I began studying the tax code with my accountants and CPAs, and I said, okay, I'm going to buy a whole lot of properties. Now watch this. I actually buy a lot of properties. I take home money when I actually acquire it. Every single time.
Okay, you need to break that down just a little bit.
If you'd like to learn how successful real estate investors make money when they acquire real estate, but not when they sell it, click on the link below, swipe up, DM me the word real estate to download our free ebook, Distressed Property Investing. The blueprint is in the ebook. Stay blessed. I'll let your partner and download the ebook today.